For more than 40 years, Averett University's athletics programs have competed in the USA South. Now we begin a new era as a member of the Old Dominion Athletic Conference. We will continue to build on our traditions. We'll continue to develop our student athletes into tomorrow's leaders as catalysts for positive change. With 24 NCAA and club varsity sports, we'll bring championship aspirations, high academic success, and a focus on community service. We bring first-class facilities, and we will continue to build for the future. We'll renew old rivalries and create new ones in the ODAC. We'll do it as one team, one family, one Averett.
Hello and welcome to Averett Sports Network. Today's matchup is going to be Averett University Cougars taking on the Eastern Mennonite University Royals. In today's matchup, the Cougars coming into this one 9-14, 5-9 in the ODAC. Eastern Mennonite Royals coming in 5-17, 1-12 in the ODAC. This is the second matchup of the day. The women's team took on Ferrum here at 2 o'clock. It is Alumni Day, so a lot of past faces in the crowd tonight as we get into the starting lineup. I'll be right back to bring in the start of the game at tip-off after the starting lineup. And we are back with Averett Sports Network. We just went the starting lineups as we're bringing you today's matchup. As Averett is coming off a tough loss with a buzzer-beating shot at the last second, 53-51 to the number 2 team in the nation in Randolph-Macon College on Wednesday. And the Eastern Mennonite coming to this one in a little bit of a slump, losing 8 in a row after they lost to Ferrum 81-65 on Wednesday. It is Alumni Day, like I mentioned before, for the Cougars, so they're playing with a different type of energy today as Sellers as we're going to restart the jump ball here is going to be Sellers going against number 22 there, Watlington, and it's going to give the Royals the first possession of the game. Now Hagerman dropping it down to Malong. Malong now in the post. Nice poke by Jordan Lewis to get a quick loose ball there, and that gives possession over to the Cougars. So good first possession here defensively for the Cougars, as you can see number 3 Aviwe Malong is going to be a key point of emphasis for this Royals team. The sophomore out of Johannesburg, South Africa. He averages 15.9 points per game, so he's going to definitely draw a lot of eyes. There's another miscue there for the Royals. It's going to be another turnover, so 2 back-to-back turnovers for the Royals in this one. So defensively, the Averett Cougars are starting out strong, as it's going to lead Hodges to be the play caller here for the Cougars in this one. Bringing up the ball on the left side. It's going to swing it over to Paulden. Now to Shaw. Shaw coming off the screen by Paulden. Gets it to Sellers. Sellers getting it to Lewis. Bunch of passes here for the Cougars. Now Sellers down the post, uses his shoulder, gets a little space, and goes up with the touch. That's Jason Sellers, bread and butter. Coming into this one, Sellers averages 10.8 points a game and 8 rebounds a game, almost averaging a double-double, as he's one of these key factors to this Cougar offense, along with the defensive side as well, as he is a block machine using that 6'6" frame, as he has 26 blocks this season, averaging 1.1 a game, and ranks among the top leaders in the ODAC. So defensively, he brings it too, as now the Royals with the inbound pass here. Pass going to go to the top of the key to Watlington and circle around. It's going to be Brown to set up some offense here. Corner 3 for the Royals is good. It's going to be number 12. Julian Hagerman getting the first strike to go for the Royals, and now take a 1-point lead after a corner 3. 3-2 as Shaw now with the ball here for the Cougars. Defended closely by Hagerman. He's going to swing it over to Hodges in the corner. Hodges coming off the screen by Sellers. Resetting here. 10 seconds now on the shot clock. Lewis swinging around the top of the three-point line, trying to get the bounce to go. It takes a lot of bounces, but can't fall there for Hodges. Rebounded by Watlington. And this is going to lead the Royals to another possession here, as they were able to get some points up on the board in their last possession. Going to try to add on top of this. High pass stolen by the Cougars. Ends up in the hands of Sellers. So the Cougars get another stop here, as Hodges now is going to get it to Sellers. Now over to Lewis. Lewis on the left wing, getting it down to Sellers. Sellers in the post. A lot of contact. Can't get it to go. Gets stuck on the rim, but it comes down, and Sellers finds his own offensive rebound and puts it back up for 2 points. He has 4 so far in the first quarter. Has all the points so far for the Cougars, as he takes back a 1-point lead here, 4-3. As now Brown, defending closely by Hodges, driving through. Nice move to get through and gets the layup to go. They take now a 5-4 lead. Now Shaw taking his time with the ball here. Floater by Shaw is good. A little back and forth action here by both teams, as Malong gets it over to Hagerman on the left wing, defended closely by Lewis. Now back to Brown. Brown now at half court. Drives through, pull-up jumper. It's going to be off the front of the rim, rebounded by Lewis. And the Cougars find themselves getting a stop, trying to add on to the 1-point lead here with this possession. Now Sellers in the high post, driving through, off the glass, and now Sellers with 6 points with the touch off the glass, as he's making quick work here today with 6 points in just the first 4 minutes of the game, bringing his squad to a 3-point lead here early, 8-5, as Brown now swings it over to Burkholder, now to Malong. Malong at the left wing, swings it back to Brown. Brown, 3-point shot here is going to get nothing and go out of bounds. So another defensive stop here for the Cougars, and this brings in number 20, Raja Milton. Raja Milton, a senior guard out of Charlotte, North Carolina, and this also brings in number 33, Bryson McLaughlin, a senior forward out of Danville, Virginia, hometown guy who puts up a lot of minutes here for the Cougars. Averages 7 rebounds a game, so gets it done on the glass, but also gets tough buckets when he needs to as well. So now Sellers, through a lot of contact, doesn't get the roll this time though. Watlington comes up with the rebound, but there's a foul on the floor, this time going on Sellers. Sellers picks up his first of the night. It's now number 5, Burkholder, coming off the court. It's going to bring in number 11, C.J. McCord, a freshman forward out of Glendale, Maryland. And also number 10, Andre Pacheco, a freshman guard out of Fairfax, Virginia. As the layup for Watlington is good to bring it back within 1. So now Milton with the ball here on the left side of the court. Swings it over to Shaw. Shaw calling Lewis over to the right wing. Now to Sellers. Sellers bounce past the McLaughlin is off the mark, but ends up in the hands of Shaw. And now corner 3 for Lewis. No good. Rebounded by Pacheco, and now the Royals pushing the other direction here. Pacheco gets it over to McCord. Now Watlington back to Malong. Malong taking a 3 of his own. Off the mark, rebounded by Milton. Now the Cougars pushing the other direction. Milton coming off the screen by Sellers. Steps back, doesn't take the 3, swings it over to Lewis. Lewis now passing down to Sellers in the post. He's doubled. Gets it back out to Lewis, over to Milton. Nice passes by the Cougars. Finds Shaw wide open in the corners. Off the mark. Lewis fighting for the rebound, but can't haul it in, and it goes out of bounds on Lewis. So this will give the ball back to the Royals, and this will lead to the first timeout of the game. We'll be right back with Averett Sports Network with the remaining minutes in the first half.
Inclusive, encompassing, inspiring. Averett University provides all you need for a future you deserve through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential. With flexible online and on-campus programs, like our newest programs in entrepreneurship and psychology, with more coming soon. With affordable tuition and 24/7 support, it all leads to you becoming a catalyst for positive change. Visit allaverett.com. Averett University, are you all in?
And we are back here after that timeout. 13 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock here for the first half. The Royals trailing 1 point. It's now Pacheco going to get the ball to Hagerman. Now to Malong. Over to McCord. Now Watlington in the high post, defended closely by Paulden. Goes up with a hook shot off the mark. Rebounded by Lawrence, who's checking in for the first time in today's matchup. As Lewis with the ball on the left side, swings it over to McLaughlin. Now to Milton. Milton back to Lewis, over to Lawrence. Lawrence now in the corner. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Lawrence now defended closely, gets it back out to Paulden. And they're going to get 3 in the key on the Cougars to give the ball over to the Royals. Now checking into the game for the Royals is going to be number 32, Nick Andrus, a sophomore guard out of Leesburg, Virginia, checking into the game. So now Pacheco will call the game here for the Royals, but plucked away by Milton. Milton throws the lob to McLaughlin. Doesn't go exactly how they planned, but McLaughlin able to get it to go after great defense by Milton. Now Watlington down low. Great defense by the Cougars, and they're pushing the other direction. Lewis driving through, kicks it out to Milton, now over to Lawrence. Lawrence takes a 3 of his own, It's going to be off the mark and rebounded by Malong. Now McCord taking a deep mid-range is good for the Royals. The score now is 10-9 in favor of the Cougars. So we see Sellers going back to the scores table. It's Milton getting it down to Paulden. Paulden in the post. Hook shot. It's going to be off the mark. Pacheco going for the rebound and is fouled by Paulden. As number 5, Burkholder, set to come back in for the Royals, along with Shaw, Sellers, and Hodges for the Cougars to check back in. Still 10-9, 12 minutes and 2 seconds left in the first half. As Malong now getting it into McCord. Malong driving through. Nice touch off the glass is good. And now take a 1-point lead here as Milton gets it down to Hodges. Hodges down to Sellers. Sellers through a lot of contact gets it to go, and that's now 8 points for Sellers here on the verge of double-digit points early in the first half, as the Royals really haven't found a solution for Sellers yet. As Malong gets it over to Burkholder, off the mark. Malong on the offensive glass, gets it out. Now McCord, defended closely by Milton. A lot of contact, but he gets it to go to take back a 1-point lead. So now Hodges gets it over to Paulden. Paulden now to Milton, over to Sellers. Shaw wrapping around at the top of the key, gets it over to Hodges. Hodges pumped the three, but didn't take it. Good defense here by the Royals. 9 seconds on the shot clock as Hodges deep here. Nobody around him. Takes a mid-range shot here, but draws the foul and gets the bucket to go as Clay Hodges had a chance at a three-point play with the time winding down to take a 1-point lead here for the Cougars, 14-13, with a chance to extend it out to 2 points. That was a tough bucket there by Clay Hodges with time expiring on the shot clock. Pretty much how he drew it up there. He gets the free throw to go, so now 2-point lead here for the Cougars, 15-13. And great defense by the Cougars. Milton pushing the other direction. Tries to go up with the left hands off the mark, rebounded by Burkholder. And now the Royals pushing the other direction. Malong now kicks it out to McCord. McCord over to Pacheco. Pacheco down to Burkholder. Defended closely by Paulden. Kicks it out. Malong now for three. Off the mark. Hits the top of the backboard. So it's going to be called out of bounds, giving possession over to the Cougars. As Hodge is going to bring up the ball here for the Cougars. Paulden now at the top of the key. Over to Hodges. Hodges on the right wing. Down to Sellers. Sellers driving through. The touch doesn't go in, but Sellers will go to the line to shoot two. And if he knocks these 2 free throws down, we'll bring him to double-digit scoring here in the matchup with 9 minutes and 53 seconds left to go in the first half. First free throw off the mark there for Sellers. As the Cougars so far in this one has been doing a nice job of keeping the ball really from going in the net for Malong, as Malong only has 2 points on the day, being the leading scorer for the Royals. So got to assume that they game plan to keep it out of his hands. It's now number 1, Melly Davis, sophomore guard out of Newport News, Virginia, into the game. here for the Royals. Stripped away by Sellers. Now pushing to Corey Shaw. Shaw now dishes it out to Sellers. It's out the hands of Sellers, and they give it right back here to the Royals. Now the Royals pushing the floor. Brown now resetting here. It's Burkholder. Nice bounce pass down to Brown, but swatted away by Sellers. That's why he's one of the top shot blockers in the ODAC right there. Using every bit of that frame. Now Hodges taking a mid-range jumper there. Gets it to go, and now takes a 4-point lead here, which I believe is the largest lead of the night so far. So now Burkholder gets it out to Brown. Over to McCord. McCord now for three is off the mark. Rebounded by Sellers, and he is fouled by Burkholder. Watlington is going to check back into the game here for McCord. And appearing for the first time here for the Cougars tonight, it's going to be number 10, Jamil Carter, Jr., a junior guard out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, putting up his first minutes of the game in this one. And also back in the game is going to be Jordan Lewis and also McLaughlin. So now Sellers working on Watlington. Driving through, a lot of contact off the mark, but the ball finds the hands of Sellers. Sellers goes back up with it off the mark. And I believe McLaughlin was going to be fouled. He's going to be pushed, trying to go up for that rebound, so it'll be on the floor. It's going to be an inbound pass here for the Cougars to give them another opportunity at some points here. Already up 4 points with just 8 minutes left in the first half. Lewis has to get the ball out. He does to McLaughlin. Now Sellers back in the post, going up. A lot of contact off the mark. Brown goes up with the rebound here. And he's fouled by Sellers. I believe that is Sellers' second of the game here. So we got to kind of keep an eye on that one, as he has 2 now. Not in too much foul trouble, but definitely got to keep an eye on it and manage it before it does get out of hand. Now Brown bringing up the ball here for the Royals, defended closely by Lewis. He gets it over to Malong. Malong now over to Andrews. And this is going to be I believe there's a little mishap with the clock to get resettled. Or get settled here in this one. This is Paulden now back into the game here for the Cougars. Taking out Sellers, kind of keeping an eye on those fouls. And now back into the game is going to be number 12, Hagerman. Brown out to Hagerman. Hagerman now back to Brown. Brown gets the pass over to Davis. Davis takes a three. He's going to hit the front and the back of the rim and pop out. Now the Cougars in transition here. Lewis defended closely and stripped away by Watlington. And now the Royals pushing the other direction. Now Malong kicks it out. Nice pass to Hagerman. He's going to swing it over to Brown. Brown kicks it back out to Davis. Davis takes another three. This time is good by Davis to bring it back within one. Cougars kind of slowing down offensively here. Now McLaughlin driving through, trying to finish with the right, can't get it to go. Got a tip with the left, but that was off as well. The Cougars do find the offensive rebound here, and will reset at the top of the key. Lewis now over to Carter. Carter pump fakes, step back, gets it over to Lewis. And they're going to get Lewis with the travel call here on that step. I believe his foot slid a little bit too much, and this is going to lead to a timeout. So we'll be right back with the remaining 6 minutes and 37 seconds in the first half after this break.
University provides all you need for your future through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential. With flexible online and on-campus programs, affordable tuition, and over 50 majors and programs. Visit allaverett.com. Are you all in?
And we are back after that timeout here. 17-16, the Cougars holding on to a 1-point lead here as Brown's going to bring it up the right side here. Gets it over to Watlington. Watlington now back out to Davis. Davis awfully close to that half-court line, but stays on the other side. He kicks it out to Malong. Malong now for three. Off the mark, rebounded by Watlington. He kicks it out. Hagerman now for three. He gets it to go. He has a pair of threes on the night. And now the Royals take a 2-point lead, 19-17 here. And this one is Carter with the ball on the right side. Looks like the Royals sitting in that 2-3 zone here. The Cougars trying to pass around it, find the open man. Brown, nice hustle there to get a tip on that pass, but goes out of bounds. The Cougars keep the ball as Lawrence. Lawrence back into the game. Carter is going to get it to Lewis. Lewis now gets it over to Lawrence. Davis on the steal. Fast break points here to take a 4-point lead. And the Royals building a little bit of momentum here. 21-17, their largest lead of the day. So now Lewis kicks it out to Carter. Carter sets his feet, takes a three, and is good. Deep wing shot here for Carter to bring it back within one. 5 minutes and 6 seconds left in the first half. Now Hagerman gets it over to Davis. Davis now going to get it down to Watlington. Watlington on Paulden. Good defense by Paulden. Watlington off the mark. Carter goes up, gets the rebound, and the Cougars pushing the other direction. Carter gets it down to Paulden, defended closely by Davis, and he does get hit with the foul call. As McCord's going to check back into the game here for the Royals. Taking out Davis, and now for the first time, it looks like it's going to be number 55. Miles McIntyre checking in, the freshman forward out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And also checking in for the first time, this time for the Cougars. Definitely a fan favorite. It's going to be number 44, Furman Barboa Watson, a junior forward out of Panama City. So now Carter gets it over to Shaw. Shaw comes off the screen by Watson. It's blocked away by McCord. Hits out of bounds. Barboa Watson was there for the rebound, but it hits out of bounds first. Cougars will keep possession and have an inbound here. Carter set to inbound the ball here for the Cougars as Pacheco checks back into the game for the Royals. Six seconds on the shot clock here. Not a lot of time. Got to get something off quick. Lewis takes a three off the mark and rebounded by McIntyre as Barboa Watson picks up a foul here in the post as Milton's going to check into the game here for the Cougars, taking out Lewis. The Cougars in a press here. Malong kicks it out to McCord. Great defense so far by the Cougars. It's Hagerman now driving around. Got to get it back out to Pacheco to reset here. Now 7 seconds left on the shot clock here. Carter defending Pacheco closely off the mark. Pacheco gets his own board though. Goes up again and draws the foul. I believe it's going to be called on Carter. So Pacheco will go to the line to shoot two here. Paulden coming over to the scorer's table. First free throw is good there for Pacheco as Paulden comes back in for Barboa Watson. Second free throw is good for Pacheco, so now they take a 3-point lead, the Royals. As now Carter bringing up the ball here for the Cougars. 3 minutes and 47 seconds left in the first half. Down three. Gets it over to Shaw. Shaw now over to Paulden. Paulden, a lot of contact, kicks it out to Milton. But foul call before. I believe it's going to be called on McIntyre. So Carter with another inbound here for the Cougars. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Has a little bit of time to set something up here as Paulden is going to get this inbound pass. Gets it over to Milton to set up some offense here. Milton calls the play. Paulden coming around, setting the screen on the right side. Milton coming around, kicks it out to Carter. Carter on the right side, gets it to Lawrence. Lawrence pumps, gets a man in the air, drives through Euro, through the lane, and finishes with the right hand. Is Lawrence. Tough bucket from number 32 to bring it back within one. It's now McCord in the corner for three. Off the mark. In the hands of Shaw. Now Shaw pushing the tempo here for the Cougars. He gets it to Carter. Carter thought about the three, didn't take it. As he's going to swing it to Shaw. Shaw now resetting here for the Cougars. Shaw coming around. Mid-range shot for Shaw off the mark, rebounded by Pacheco, and he's going to be pushing the other way here for the Royals. Now Malong coming around, defended closely by Carter. He's going to be not blocked away. They called the foul. As the crowd not too happy about that one. Carter wasn't happy either. It looked like he caught ball on the block. But they're going to give him the foul here. Shoot two. First free throw here from Malong is good. As Hodges and also McLaughlin checks back into the game here for the Cougars. Head coach David Duino being smart, not playing Sellers if he doesn't have to. Sellers, who picked up 2 fouls early in the first half, has 8 points on the night, but that's a guy you definitely want to have in the second half. It's now Shaw on the left wing, gets it over to McLaughlin, now over to Hodges. Hodges now on the right wing. Kicks it out to Shaw. Shaw now driving baseline. Nice move. Step back jumper off the mark. Hodges trying to get the offensive rebound. Won't pull it in. Now the Royals pushing the other direction. Pacheco now gets it over to Malong. Malong now over to Hagerman in the corner. Off the mark. And Milton trying to get the rebound. Goes off the hand. Can't pull it in. And the Royals find themselves with another opportunity here. Checking into the game for the first time is going to be number 30, Zach Shoemate, a redshirt sophomore forward out of Wilkesboro, North Carolina. He's going to come in and make his first minutes after this timeout. We'll be right back with Averett Sports Network with the remainder of the first half.
Inclusive, encompassing, inspiring. Averett University provides all you need for a future you deserve through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential. With flexible online and on-campus programs, like our newest programs in entrepreneurship and psychology, with more coming soon. With affordable tuition and 24/7 support, it all leads to you becoming a catalyst for positive change. Visit allaverett.com. Averett University, are you all in?
And we are back after this timeout here. The Royals up 3 with 2 minutes left in the first half. Having an inbound here. Pacheco has got to get it away and doesn't get it away. Great inbound defense here by the Cougars to cause a violation to get the ball back after the timeout. So now Hodges bringing up the ball here for the Cougars. 1 minute and 52 seconds left in the first half. As Shaw now, nice move by Shaw to get open. Doesn't take the shot, gets it out to Milton on the corner. Milton now gets it over to Hodges. Hodges driving through, kicks it out. Shoemate for 3 in the corner, off the mark, rebounded by McLaughlin. McLaughlin goes back up strong and finishes with the right hand to bring it back within 1. Great job by McLaughlin on the offensive rebound and with the big man touch there to get it to go. Pacheco gets it over to Malong. Malong now to McCord. McCord defended closely by Hodges. Great defense by the Cougars. Force another turnover, and now they're pushing the other direction. Milton now on the left wing, gets it over to Shaw. Shaw comes off the screen by McLaughlin, gets it over to Hodges. Taking his time here, 12 seconds on the shot clock. Gets a screen by Shoemate. Driving around, mid-range shot for Hodges. Hits the front of the rim, off the mark. And Shoemate, who went up for the rebound, believe he was held by McCord. And that's going to be the call on the floor, so McCord picks up a foul. And the Cougars keep possession here with a chance to put some more points on the board as Brown checks back into the game and takes out McCord. And now in the bonus, Shoemate will go to the line to shoot in a one-on-one situation. It's the first free throw off the mark. And McLaughlin picks up a foul there. Not a smart foul to take. As McLaughlin threw up his hands as soon as it happened, he knew that wasn't a smart foul. And it gives the Royals a chance to take a couple free throws here. Excuse me, it's going to be another one-on-one situation. So Watlington, first free throw here, it's going to be good to extend the lead out to 2 points. So they'll have a chance to shoot another one here to try to bring it out to 3 points. 39.8 seconds on the clock in the first half. Second free throw is good for Watlington. Now 3-point lead here for the Royals. As Hodges gets over to Shaw. Shaw, 3-point shot off the mark. And they're going to get Shoemate for a foul here. So Watlington will go back to the line to shoot a couple here. Best case scenario for the Cougars is that he misses and they get a chance for the last shot here. Either way, they'll have a chance at a last shot here with the clock being under 30 seconds. The only difference is whether they're going to be down more than 3 points or down 3 points, as the first free throw is good here for Watlington. Let's take it up 4 points. Now into the game for the first time. It's going to be number 33, Jazin Walker, freshman guard out of Harrisburg, Virginia. As a second free throw there for Watlington is good. So now 5-point lead here for the Royals. The Cougars will probably have the last shot of the half here. No shot clock in play. Milton calling everybody out, just dribbling it out, taking down the time. Now 10 seconds here. Milton to McLaughlin. McLaughlin now spin move in. Is stripped away by Walker. Walker now pushing the floor. Tries to get the pass out and does not. And that will be the end of the half. The Royals up 29-24. We'll be right back with Averett Sports Network after the halftime break.
From the class of 2003, Andre Gill. 17, Charles Bryant. From the class of 2021, Bryson Davis. From the class of 2019, Jalen Burnett. From the class of 2020, Morima Diame.
No. No, not on me. just for
From
this.
the class of 2021, Ray Bullard. From 2016, Trevor West. From the class of 2020, Tim Henry.
That's his own program.
Representing the class of 2016, Jacoby Hawkins. From the class of 2022, Keshawn Lewis. From the class of 2020, Ian Best. From the classes of 2020 and 2012, Joel Mesker. From the class of 1989,
And we are back with the second half of action here in the Grant Center. Had a special moment for Alumni Day. A lot of guys back here from all sorts of graduating classes here, just sharing a moment together, honoring the gym that everyone played in. As we're back here, the Royals currently on top, 29-24 to start off the second half, leading the way for the Royals. Is Watlington with 6 points, as well as Hagerman with a pair of threes for 6 points. And leading the way for the Cougars is Jason Sellers with 8 points. He got 8 points within 10 minutes of the first half. Didn't play the second half, though, because he picked up the second part of the first half, because he picked up 2 quick early fouls, but he was dominant when he was in, leading the way with rebounds and points. He has 8 points and 5 rebounds. Well on his way for a double-double here today. As you see him back into the game here, starting lineup for both these guys. To start off is Hagerman on a quick cut there, defended closely by Lewis, who went up and under trying to finish, was off the mark, and now the Cougars with a quick stop to start off the second half with a little bit of positivity and try to get it done offensively. They go back to Sellers. Sellers in the post, defended closely by Watlington. And it was stripped away and went out on Sellers, so good defense by Watlington to get the ball back here for the Royals. So now Malong, who is usually the team's leading scorer, 15.9 a game, only with 4 points on the game. The Cougars have been doing a nice job of kind of canceling out this game. It's Watlington over to Brown. Brown, three-pointer from the wing. It's going to be off the mark, rebounded by Paulden. And Hodges is going to slow things out for the Cougars. So now Shaw on the right wing, defended closely by Watlington. Floater's going to be off the front of the rim, rebounded by Watlington, and now the Royals pushing the other way. Brown now with the ball here. Defended closely by Hodges. He gets it over to Hagerman. Hagerman now over to Malong. Malong to Brown. Now to Watlington. Good defense so far by the Cougars. 7 seconds left on the shot clock here. 4, 3, 2, and a shot before the buzzer off the mark and rebounded by Sellers. So good defensive possession so far for both squads. To start off the second half, no points scored either way in the first 2 minutes of this matchup as Hodges taking a three, trying to end that drought, and does. Big time three-pointer there for Hodges to bring it back within 2 points. So the Cougars, after a few defensive stops, put it together offensively to bring it back within 2. Now Brown on the right wing, fakes the pass, now drives in, bounce pass, nice pass by Brown to get it to a wide open Watlington. And this is going to be a timeout by the Royals. First timeout of the second half, so we'll be right back here with Averett Sports Network after the break.
University provides all you need for your future through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential. With flexible online and on-campus programs, affordable tuition, and over 50 majors and programs. Visit allaverett.com. Are you all in?
And we are back here after this timeout. The Cougars with the ball here after the Royals get 2 points of their own to bring it back to a 4-point lead. Milton now with the ball. Gonna swing it over to Paulden. Paulden now back to Milton on the left side. He hits Lewis. Lewis wrapping around, driving through contact, draws the foul on Brown. Brown wasn't too happy with the call, but this will bring Lewis to the line to shoot two. First free throw for Lewis is good to bring it back within 3 points. And the second free throw is good to bring it back within 2. Lewis, who averages 11 per game, those were his first 2 points of the game, so Cougars got to get him started here. Now Brown gets it over to Watlington. Watlington now over to Malong. Malong takes one quick step, drives through, gets it over to Watlington, driving down baseline. Good defense by Paulden. It goes straight into the hands of Lewis. And Lewis picks up a foul by Hagerman. And the Cougars, after a defensive stop with a chance to at least tie up the game here. As Shaw now over to Sellers. Sellers back to Lewis. Over to Paulden. Paulden gets it down to Sellers. Sellers post spin. Goes up and under. Block. And goes back up with his own rebound and draws the foul with a chance for a 3-point play. Brings them to double digits here. 10 points on the day to go along with now 7 boards. As he was initially blocked by Burkholder. That was great defense by him to get around and get the block. But Sellers just showing great hustle following his shot, getting his miss, and just going straight back up with it. As the free throw is off the mark, but the Cougars grab the offensive board here. So tied up 31-31, and the Cougars get a chance here to take back a lead. As Milton takes a 3 and is good with the hand in his face to take now a 3-point lead for the Cougars. Their first lead since early in the first half. As they're starting to bring back a little bit of momentum, came into this one trailing 29-24 and have been on a 10-2 run since the opening of the second half. As now Brown gets it out to Malong. Malong now for 3 is off the mark and rebounded, high-pointed was Sellers. As now Lewis bringing the ball down on the opposite end of the floor, was looking for Paulden in the post, elected to just reset here. He's going to call a play. Now Paulden at the top of the key. Back to Lewis. Lewis down to Sellers. Sellers, nice move by Sellers, going up and under and gets another bucket to go. So another 2 points here for Sellers to extend the lead out to 5. Now Brown, defended closely by Milton, goes up, and tough bucket by Brown to get it to go to bring it back within 3. So Sellers on the night so far, 12 points and 8 boards, as he's been the dominating factor here for the Cougars. So he goes up again, and you see him getting a little bit of energy going as that's 6 straight points for Sellers. As McCord trying to go the other way. Malong now with the ball, driving through on Shaw, kicks it out to Watlington. Watlington, great defense by the Cougars. As Shaw was smart to let the ball bounce before trying to grab it, thought it was going to stay in. He circled around trying to make sure his feet was in before he grabbed it, but it bounced out. So now Milton comes out the game. Hodges comes back in along with McLaughlin, who checks in for Paulden. And Pacheco back into the game as well. His bounce pass into Malong is stolen by Hodges. Hodges now in transition, gets to McLaughlin, kicks it out to Lewis. Lewis is going to get it back out to Hodges. Cougars just passing it around, taking their time here, down with a 5-point lead. In no rush, 10 seconds on the shot clock here. Hodges comes across with the crossover and draws the foul on McCord. So that's McCord's 3rd foul, so got to keep an eye on that as well. With 13 minutes and 42 seconds left in the second half. As Sellers wants the ball down there in the post. Scoring 6 straight. I don't blame him. He's the hot hand right now. I'd want the ball too. Now Shaw at the top of the key. Defended by McLong. Comes off the screen. Deep 3 by Shaw. Off the mark. Hagerman on the rebound. And it ends up getting into the hands of Malong. Malong now defended by McLaughlin, driving through. Good defense, but Malong is able to get the layup to go. Risky pass there, finds the hand of Malong, but he steps out of bounds. As the Cougars dodge one there, as the Royals had numbers in transition. As Paulden and Milton checks back into the game for McLaughlin and Hodges. So Milton with the ball here, getting it down to Lewis, back to Milton. Milton wrap it around. They're going to call a legal screen on Paulden. As the mid-range shot by Milton was good, but it's scratched off the board for the violation. So the Royals back with the ball here. Malong gets it to McCord. McCord kicks it out to Watlington. Watlington now for Malong. Malong driving through. Layups off the mark, but rebounded by McCord. And tough up and down there for McCord off the glass to bring it back within 1. Shaw now with the ball here on the left side, defended closely by Pacheco. And Shaw picks up the foul. The offensive foul there to give the ball right back to the Royals. So they had to reset the clock there. So the inbound for the Royals. Down 1. It's now Malong with the ball. Driving through on Shaw. Through the contact, can't get it to go. Watlington goes over the back and gets hit with the foul to give the ball to the Cougars. Sellers now to Lewis. Lewis back at the top to Shaw. Cougars just passing around trying to find the open man here. And they find him. Lewis in the corner. It's going to be off the mark. Rebounded by Malong. Now Pacheco pushing the other way for the Royals. Nice pass by McCord. Finds a wide open Watlington for the slam to take back a 1-point lead. Now Lewis over to Shaw. Shaw back to Milton. And they get the ball down to Sellers. Sellers gets the ball poked away by Pacheco, but it's going to be out on him. It's going to go out of bounds as Paulden comes out the game, and along with Lewis. And back into the game is Lawrence with Hodges. And also back in the game for the Royals is Andrews, as the violation is going to be on Lawrence. Violation gets the ball back to the Royals with a 1-point lead here. Pacheco here gets it out to McCord. McCord now to Andrews. And Andrews going to get hit with the travel. So now Shaw with the ball here for the Cougars. Back to Milton. Milton over to Hodges. Hodges now back to Milton. Milton over to Hodges. Cougars just taking their time passing around. Milton takes a mid-range here. It's off the mark. Tip-in attempt by Sellers is off the mark, and it ends up in the hands of Watlington. So the Royals find themselves back with the ball here. As Brown now on to Andrews. Over to McCord. Mishandles the ball, but he is able to keep possession here. Calling for a screen by Watlington. Coming around the left side. Driving through. Kicks it out to Pacheco. Pacheco now driving through. Pass it over to Watlington. Finds him wide open. A good dish by Pacheco that extended out to a 3-point lead. Now under 10 minutes remaining in the game, as the Cougars are starting to lose a little momentum here, falling down now to 3 points. As Lawrence driving through, gets a tough layup to go with the right hand to bring it back within one. Great job by Lawrence drawing the foul there. Going to be called on Andrews. As Paulden, McLaughlin, and also Lewis come back into the game here for the Cougars. And Malong comes back into the game as well for the Royals. As Milton gets to Lewis, over to Lawrence. Lawrence pumps, drives through, kicks it out to Milton. Milton back to Lewis. Lewis down to McLaughlin. Gets it out to Milton. Good defense so far by the Royals. Paulden trying to drive through. A lot of contact, no call. It's McCord now driving through. And it's off with the layup. They call the foul on Lawrence. Lawrence not happy with the call, but it will force them to have to shoot for two to try to earn the two instead of giving up a free layup in transition. So smart foul. As they're down one, McCord will go and shoot two here with 8 minutes and 57 seconds left to go in the game. First free throw's off the mark, so good foul there for the Cougars. McLaughlin comes out the game. Sellers checks back in. Second free throw off the mark, so it paid off for the Cougars, that foul call. It's now Milton with the ball here. He's going to put up his hand, slow it down a little bit, set up something here for the Cougars. He takes a three. Three is good for Milton. Takes back a 2-point lead. From the wing is Raja Milton. That's now Brown driving out, kicks it out to Pacheco. Pacheco now driving through, is stripped away by Milton. Now Milton in transition, has Sellers, bounce passes off the mark. Too far for Sellers, and that gives the ball right back to the Royals. 3-point shot here for Burkholder is good to take back a 1-point lead. Back and forth has been all game, as no lead has been safe so far in this one. Cougars just passing the ball around, finds Paulden. Paulden gets hit for the travel there, hesitated a little bit too much before putting that ball down. So now 1-point lead here for the Royals. Just under 8 minutes to go as Malong now driving through as he skips through the lane and finishes with the right hand to take now a 3-point lead. So Milton now gets it down to Sellers. Sellers back to Shaw. Shaw thought about the three, didn't take it, passed it to Milton. Quick passes here for the Cougars as Milton tried to stay on the opposite side of the half-court line, but his foot steps out. So that's going to be a backcourt violation here on the Cougars, giving the Royals back the ball with the momentum in their favor right now. As John Mill Carter comes back into the game here for the Cougars. Brown coming around, quick pass to Burkholder is good. To take now a 5-point lead. It's now Shaw. Mid-range shot here for Shaw is good to bring it back within 3. And this leads to a timeout. We'll be right back here with Averett Sports Network with the remainder of the game after this break.
Inclusive, encompassing, inspiring. Averett University provides all you need for a future you deserve through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential. With flexible online and on-campus programs, like our newest programs in entrepreneurship and psychology, with more coming soon. With affordable tuition and 24/7 support, it all leads to you becoming a catalyst for positive change. Visit allaverett.com. Averett University, are you all in?
And we are back here after the timeout. The Cougars able to hit a mid-range shot to bring it back within 3. The Royals, though, with all the momentum so far, as Brown cutting around, gets it out to Hagerman. Hagerman now is going to be off the mark and rebounded by Sellers. Sellers now, I believe, is 1 rebound off from a double-double. Has 14 points, 9 rebounds. As Shaw now over to Milton. Milton now at the top of the key. I wouldn't be surprised if the Cougars try to get this one back to Sellers, as he's been the go-to man here. Carter was able to set his feet, get the 3 off, but it's off the mark. Rebounded by Burkholder. And now Malong in transition gets to Burkholder, back to Malong. Malong now kicks it out to McCord. McCord driving through, gets to the Burkholder. Burkholder mid-range shot. Can't get the roll in, and that's a double-double here for Sellers with his 10th rebound of the game. The Cougars holding up on defense, still trying to figure it out offensively. It's now Sellers back to Milton, over to Carter. Carter back to Paulden. Paulden hook shot. Can't get the roll in to go. That's going to be hit out by Brown, I believe. So this will stay possession here in favor of the Cougars. McLaughlin and Hodges come back into the game. And also Watlington coming back into the game for McCord. So McLaughlin in the left corner gets it out to Hodges. 13 seconds on the shot clock here for Hodges. Coming around the screen by McLaughlin, gets it to Sellers, but Sellers unable to pull it in. And Malong now driving through, a lot of contact off the mark, grabs his own miss, goes up again. Can't get the layup to go, but he will go to the line to shoot 2 here. So first free throw is good for Malong to extend it out to 4-point. 49-45. So the second free throw is good. So now 5-point lead here for the Royals. 50-45. Well, that's good defense there for Burkholder. Now Carter over to Hodges. Hodges back to Carter. Shaw gets it over to Hodges. Thought about the 3, did not take it. Back to Shaw, just passing around the 3-point line so far for the Cougars. They get it down to McLaughlin. McLaughlin wrapping around. Hook shot is good for McLaughlin. Tough bucket for McLaughlin to bring it back within 3. The Cougars still not going away. Now down 3. Malong now. Crossover trying to get in. Defended closely by Shaw. It's now Brown with the ball here. He gets it down to Watlington. Watlington now going through contact. Gets the right hand to go. And he brings the lead back out to 5. Hodges now with the ball here for the Cougars. Gets it back to McLaughlin. McLaughlin with the touch, unable to get it to go, and that's rebounded by Hagerman. And the Royals find themselves back with possession with the 5-point lead. And Watlington now with 12 points. As he's been getting it done there in the paint. The Royals taking their time here, but great defense by the Cougars. McLaughlin in transition gets it to Sellers. Sellers through contact, gets it to go, and that's 16 points for Sellers, and that brings it back within 3. And a quick timeout by head coach David Duino, and we'll be right back with Averett Sports Network after the break. And we are back here with Averett Sports Network with 3 minutes and 15 seconds left in the second half. The Royals holding on to a 3-point lead. So the Cougars opened up with great inbound defense, was screaming for the 5 seconds, did not get rewarded. It's now Burkholder driving through, gets blocked by Sellers, and it's been an absolute clinic here for Sellers on every aspect of the game, offensively, on the board, defensively. He's been getting it done. Already has a double-double on the day with 12 rebounds, 16 points, and that was his second block of the game to go along with the steal. So he's been getting it done at every aspect of the game today. So pass is a little bit wide. McLaughlin diving for it, unable to get it, and they call the foul on McLaughlin on the effort to dive for it. And the crowd's not too happy about it. I'm not sure if you can hear everybody getting rowdy here. I got to say, I agree with head coach David Duino. It's kind of hard to get called for a push if you're laying on the ground, but like I said, I'm not getting paid to make the calls down there. So now 3-point game. The Royals now back with the ball here. Brown on the left wing, swings over to Burkholder. Burkholder now at the top of the key, driving in. Shots off the mark, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. So the Cougars get the stop anyway after the foul call. Trying to pull in a little ball don't lie moment. Good defense by the Cougars to get the ball back and to cut into this lead. And you're starting to see this matchup get a little bit chippy, and that tends to happen when the games are so back and forth like this one has. Milton now over to Lewis. Lewis back to Milton. Coming off the screen by Sellers, gets it over to Lewis, over to Hodges. Hodges now down to McLaughlin. Hard step by McLaughlin, goes up and under and finishes with the right hand to bring it back within 1 point, 52-51, and another timeout by head coach David Duino. We'll be right back with Averett Sports Network after the break.
University provides all you need for your future through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential. With flexible online and on-campus programs, affordable tuition, and over 50 majors and programs. Visit allaverett.com. Are you all in?
And we are back here with 2 minutes and 8 seconds left in the game. The Cougars have brought this one back within 1 point. Miscue gives the ball right back to the Cougars. And no foul call called, and gotta say, the Cougars not too happy about it. McLaughlin got hit with the call earlier in the game and didn't get the call there. That one wasn't as bad. Could have gone both ways. I think it was a solid no call, but not shocked that the bench and the players are not happy about that one. So the Cougars missed the opportunity there after an inbound steal. Now Watlington over to McCord. McCord now driving through. Just off the rim and off. Rebounded by McLaughlin, so good stop by the Cougars to take the ball back with offense. With just under a minute and a half here, down one. Hodges over to Lewis. Lewis now back to Hodges. Back to Lewis. Over to Milton. Lewis, nice move, driving through. Mid-range shot off the mark, rebounded by Watlington. That's going to be Brown, fouled by Milton. Averett, both teams one foul away from being in the bonus, which can be a big difference in this matchup. 6 to 6 is the foul count in a 1 point game, and the Cougars again with good inbound defense force the Royals to call a timeout here. This is going to be a short timeout, so we'll just stay here for this one, as the Royals have been doing a nice job trying to keep the ball out of the hands of Sellers. Sellers, who has been putting on an absolute clinic today, wants the ball in his hands, especially in moments like this. The Royals are making it very hard to do so, forcing the passes to be out on the three-point line. And the Cougars still putting up great defense on the inbound. Almost forced a 5-second call earlier. Then right after that, had an inbound steal off the miscue, and then now forcing a timeout before the 5-second. So they're getting the job done on the inbound, making it hard for the Royals to even start their possession. So that's something that you definitely want in this matchup, as they come awfully close this time. The press is Watlington able to bring the ball past half court. Cougars down one. The Cougars were in a nail biter just the other day on Wednesday. That's good defense by Milton. 3 seconds, forced shot by McLong is off the mark. And the foul called on Sellers will bring the Royals to shoot free throws here, 1-1. A little confusion on who was supposed to be shooting the free throws. Free throw is off the mark. So huge miss there for the Cougars. For the Royals, but in favor for the Cougars. And that's going to lead to a timeout. We'll be right back here with Averett Sports Network with the remainder of this game after the short break.
University provides all you need for your future through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential. With flexible online and on-campus programs, affordable tuition, and over 50 majors and programs. Visit allaverett.com. Are you all in?
And we are back in this one, a very close matchup here. So the Cougars are down 1. 22 seconds on the game clock, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Now 4 seconds. Jordan Lewis, step back jumper, off the mark. McLaughlin, up off the glass is no good. And they're going to say that they got the timeout off. As 2 opportunities there, the three-pointer and then McLaughlin on the board. Very close call. As the Royals still have to pass the ball in. They're only up 1 with 3.1 seconds, and they still have to get the ball inbounds, which the Cougars have been applying pressure on the inbound and making it a struggle for the Royals to get the ball in. So that's definitely going to come into play. As this one has been an absolute nail biter. And it's going to be up until the final whistle. .1 on the clock. 52-51. This is a big moment in this one here on Alumni Day. This is, I would imagine, going to be the hardest the Cougars have played on an inbound all game. And that's something to say because they've been playing hard on inbounds. They get the ball to Brown, and he's fouled quickly. 2.3 on the clock. So that will bring Brown to shoot free throws. And this is going to be a full timeout, so we'll be right back here with Averett Sports Network with the remainder of the second half after this timeout.
Inclusive, encompassing, inspiring. Averett University provides all you need for a future you deserve through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential. With flexible online and on-campus programs, like our newest programs in entrepreneurship and psychology, with more coming soon. With affordable tuition and 24/7 support, it all leads to you becoming a catalyst for positive change. Visit allaverett.com. Averett University, are you all in?
And we are back with the free throws here. 2.3 on the clock. First free throw is good to bring it a 2-point lead. So now I believe the Cougars still have a timeout. So if he misses this, they can call the timeout and have a chance. If he makes it, they can call a timeout and try to get a three off to tie it. So they will call the timeout, and they will have a last chance effort here on the inbound at a three to try to send this game into OT. So this one's going to be brought in on the baseline. Coming over to the scorer's table is going to be McIntyre. We haven't seen a lot of him in the second half, but he's going to be brought in for the last possession or potential last possession here. As I have to feel for head coach David Duino, as he had a very close one up until the last buzzer on Wednesday, and then has another one just the same today. But, you know, if you asked him, that's going to be how he wants it to be. He loves these moments right here. And the Cougars have to hope for a miracle here. 2.3. Passing it in from the baseline. They have all their shooters in. Lewis, Milton, Hodges, Carter. And the Royals wanted a little bit more time to look at it, so they called a timeout of their own. So we'll be right back with Averett Sports Network with the inbound right after this break.
University provides all you need for your future through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential. With flexible online and on-campus programs, affordable tuition, and over 50 majors and programs. Visit allaverett.com. Are you all in?
And we are back here with Averett Sports Network inbound here. Jordan Lewis to throw it in here for the Cougars. He gets it down to Milton. Milton gets it off. Is it? It's off to the right. It's about as good as you can draw it up there. The Royals edge it out, though, and take the W here, 54-51. The Cougars fall short here today. It's been a nail-biter up until the end. We want to thank you for tuning in to Averett Sports Network, and always remember to roll Cougs.